Hello! What I have here today is an alternative method of activating and deactivating nether portals. So nowadays the standard way of doing this is basically to put a flint and steel inside a dispenser, you face that into a portal frame, you give it a redstone input and it will light the portal for you. So there's a slight inconvenience to this in that the flint and steel only has a durability of 64. So what that means is after 64 uses you're going to need to replace the flint and steel as it will no longer exist and the whole system won't work. So my solution to this is quite simple. All we have to do is employ the use of a blaze. So let me show you how this works. We're going to press this button right here. It's going to open this little glass thing. The blaze is actually going to fire a fireball and it's going to light the portal, and we can turn it off with this button. There we go, and we can just turn it off with that. So like I said, the benefit here is that you don't need to replace anything ever. It will work forever. And it's actually fairly easy to do. So the trick here is basically to place the blaze into a minecart and then suspend that minecart above one of these posts. So like fence posts, these stone posts actually are 1.5 blocks tall. The reason we want that is basically because we actually want the blaze to be half a block higher than he would normally be. So if this was just a regular block, he'd actually be half a block lower and he would suffocate inside the obsidian block. But that's not the only reason we want him to be half a block higher. So if I go into survival and I unleash him, basically he will always light the portal instead of actually firing on us because he is half stuck in the block, if that makes any sense. So the fire will always hit the obsidian, so it will always light the portal instead of hitting us. So it's completely safe and it's completely reliable, and yeah, it's quite simple behind the scenes. If I look behind there, all we really have is one of these T-fit flops, so I believe this is Mumbo's design, and over here we have just a double pulsar? I don't know what they're called, but yeah, basically this just fires two pulses so that the lava will basically just destroy the item frame, the portal frame, and yeah, it's very, very simple to do. It has its cons and pros. I mean, I suppose the reason you would want one of these toggleable nether portals is to reduce the noise of the nether portal, and what better way to replace it than with the horrible sounds of a blaze. So it's got its cons, but I think that the fact that you don't need to replace anything ever is quite a good thing about this.